Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Thursday, September 14th. Let's go ahead and get right into the markets and take a quick look at the markets. We see the SPY ended up for the day, not by much, kind of a consolidation day as we see on the daily chart here, but up near the highs, up near this 250 250 17 area for the SPY. The Q2QQQ also holding up near the highs, also riding the 5 EMA, riding the 10 SMA, as both of those are angled up on the fast moving averages. If we go ahead and look at the Dow Jones 30, we see that's very strong also. After we got the bounce off the 50 SMA, the bears could not break us down, and they pushed us back up. We're back up near that 22,200, and let's see, the high was 22,179, so we're just a few points away from all-time highs on the Dow, and you can see that here on this beautiful weekly chart, how we've been riding the 20 and the 10 SMA on the Dow Jones. As far as the IBB, I'll take a quick look at that. The IBB is in consolidation under this 335, 336 area, and holding steady at the 10 SMA on the daily. The IWM also pushed back up today, closing on a positive note. The IWM looks a little extended here from the bottom here, but it is riding the 5. It's staying above the 50. You would expect there to be a little bit of a pullback here, but not today. IWC, this one, we had this inverted hammer, I guess you would call it, from yesterday, and we pushed right up through that on the IWC. So some good positive notes out there still on the market. We'll just take a quick look at some silver, and you see that pushed down a little bit. GLD, that also moved down a little bit on the GLD. UUP, this pushed up. The dollar moved up on the UUP, and so that caused gold and silver to move down. As far as some of the bigger names, take a quick look at Apple, who had their event yesterday, and that one is under the fast moving averages right now, but still above the 50. The 200 is angled up, but it's below the 10 and the 20 SMA currently on Apple. Amazon, take a quick look at that one. On Amazon, nice pop today, getting back above this trend line, back above the 50 SMA. They got upgrades on their price target today. So Amazon was up almost 2% for the day on Amazon. So very nice move in Amazon today. Google hanging in there, back above the 50 SMA, trying to get back over this 940 spot. Tesla, I think this one still has legs in it. And if it can get over that 366.50 spot, 366.75, you could get a continuation move in Tesla. NVIDIA moving up back over that 170 spot here on NVIDIA. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one. It looks like it wants to continue back up. If we look at the weekly chart, I mean, it looks stretched, but in this powerful bull market, things just keep moving up. And BABA, also very strong stock. So here, you thought BABA might have been stretched after this long run, a little bit of a pullback, and then they came right back in and they bought it right back up. Here's the daily on BABA. So some of the top stocks that we just looked at in the Dow, we'll take a look at Boeing. This one looks ready to go again on Boeing. You see we were kind of in this consolidation here. We broke out and we're back above it. So if you like to play these bigger names, keep your eye on a Boeing. And we'll go ahead and get into some news real fast that happened after the bell. Some top insider purchases. NXEO, CAPL, director purchased over 15,000 shares. VRTV, CEO purchased 3,000 shares on that name. Some syndicate news. We had a ARRY with a Form S3, BVXV public offering, CLNS pricing $275 million on their preferred stock offering. CRIS proposed public offering on that name. EPZM proposed public offering. LLEX filed Form 424. B3, PUMP resale shelf registration statement, and SMMT proposed public offering, USFD secondary public offering, WLH proposed secondary offering on that name. So we'll go ahead and get into some of the futures and see what's going on for the market. So we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the futures. The Dow futures are down 11, the S&P futures are down 2, and the NASDAQ futures are down about 5. In early trading, it's about 7:36 my time, so it's still early in the evening. A little bit of a pullback in the futures, nothing much though. For your calendar for events for Thursday, for your company reporting earnings, before the bell, just one company, STB. And then Thursday after hours, we have CSBR, LPTH, ORCL, Oracle, SANW, and UWN. So that's some of your companies reporting earnings tomorrow. As far as your economic information for this evening, nothing much going on. For tonight, we do have the CPI France for Thursday night, and then Italy CPI, so some European numbers coming out. Initial jobless claims at 8:30, 10:30 nat gas. So very light on the economic frontier. No Fed speak tomorrow. Tomorrow night, though, we do have China retail sales and China industrial production coming out at 10 o'clock on Thursday night, Thursday the 14th. For your earnings calls for Thursday, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at that. In the 9 o'clock hour, we have STRM, SHIP at 9 o'clock in the morning, STB at 11 o'clock. In the after hours, at 4:15, we have SANW, LPTH at 4:30, CSBR and Oracle reporting with their earnings call at 5 o'clock for Oracle. So we'll go ahead and get right into the watch list for tomorrow, September 14th. ALDX is the first one up. You see it's holding up, trying to get back above this 650, 655 area. So it's holding up after that gap up on ALDX. Next one up is APHB, a small little name here, trying to get back above the 100 SMA. You see it failed back here, but it is trying to approach that again and get over it. The high today was 105, so maybe 107 on this name, APHB. Might get a continuation move. This is a beaten down one, Babcock and Wilcox. It gapped down, and now it's starting to get back over $3. 4 million shares came into the name. We're above the 5 EMA. We're above the 10 SMA. The high today was 309, so maybe 310, 311. You might get a continuation move in BW. CARS had a nice pop, nice drive up here on CARS, and now it's pulled back a little bit. It's holding right at the 5 EMA, and it's holding above the 10 SMA. So the high today was 27.18, so maybe 27.20 is enough to get CARS moving up again. CRC, a small oil name. This one is down from 19 all the way down to about that 657 area, and now it's starting to turn the corner. Got some volume today. We'll see if this one can take out that 850 spot on CRC. EARS, ears, kind of a choppy chart, has some topping candles here, but you know, anything can happen in this market. If it can get over this 75 cents, maybe we push through that 50 SMA up above. So ears is one to watch. EBIO, after this big pop, has pulled back, a 3-stick pullback to the 50 SMA. And now we'll see if this one wants to get back over, let's see, about a 145 and turn the corner back up on EBIO. EVOK, this one is popping nicely today. Shares a little bit light, only 400,000 shares. So, you know, that's one drawback on the name. We'll see if this has any kind of, you know, continuation move in EVOK. Not a favorite. Fitbit, you know, not my favorite stock in the world. FITB, FIT, excuse me, but it is coming up to this resistance, 675. You see it failed it back here, gap down, failed it here. It's coming up there again. It kind of failed it today. If this can get over like 680, maybe it gets going. 10 million shares traded in the name. Garmin, another one of these, wearable stocks, and you see the consolidation here, right? In the name, you have here and here. So, it's been basing and consolidating for a while now. Will it get up over this like 53 area, 52.95 spot? Keep your eye on that one. If it does, you might get a nice push up in Garmin. HEAR, another small under $1 name. Only 200,000 shares traded, but it is above the 50. We'll see if this will do anything. Not a favorite, but I did see this pop on one of my scanners, so I just thought I'd throw it out there. IMUC, this is an under 50-cent stock. I normally don't trade these kind of stocks, but it is getting above the fast-moving averages. If you want to check that out, the high today was 33 cents, so maybe over 35 cents on IMUC. 3.2 million shares. INFI, this one popped the other day. It's pulling back, holding above the 5 EMA, messing around with this 50 SMA again, and the high was 127. So if it clears that 127, 130 on INFI, you might get a nice push. iTech, nice push, big volume in this name. Maybe it sets up red to green, or maybe it gets back over that 125 spot, and we could possibly, fill this gap down here on iTech. Next up, MBVX. I was watching this one today, and it had popped, pulled back, then did nothing, then all of a sudden it popped again. 1.1 million shares, trying to get over 75 cents, trying to get over the 50 SMA. See it starting to turn back up. I mean, it's an ugly chart, but even ugly charts have to maybe rebound. So MBVX, maybe over that 75 spot. NETE, another name that got big volume today, over 14 million shares. So we'll see if this sets up intraday on NETE. Nice pop in that one. NLNK. Now this one popped, drove up almost up to $20 a share. Now we have a 3-stick pullback, and we're coming back down near this 5 SMA area. I mean, I would like the 10 SMA to catch up a little bit, so maybe it has a little bit more downside and then some consolidation. But just pointing out this 3-stick pullback from this big run up, so it'll be on watch, but I don't think it'll be ready tomorrow. NVAX, over that 120 spot, right? NVAX, the high was 120, so maybe 122 on NVAX, a biotech name, 4.7 million shares. NXTD, nice continuation move. We had talked about this one in previous videos. You see the lines that I drew here. Just wanted to show we did get the continuation move in that name. If you want to try to play it, it's a little bit too late. Too many moves, too many sticks up in a row. I think you're late to the game if you want to get in now. I took it on the break of this, resistance here. Next one up, OCLR. This one had unusual options activity in the name, and the Nigerian brothers let us know about it on halftime, and then we got a big pop in it. So 9 is the next round number right here. We'll see if we can get back above that and the 200. It is interesting. We'll see if it can set up on an intraday chart, but there's $9 area and then $9.25 are some key resistance areas, so we'll see if it can get through that. RGLS, nice pop, but this one's had a nice run already from 80 cents up to $1.21. I'm not expecting much, but I did see 1.6 million shares come in, so we'll see if this might want to set up in that name. Roca was kind of getting some volume, over 400,000 shares. It did pop a little bit, but then it gave it back. The high was 108, so maybe we'll wait and see if it wants to set up again, get back over $1.05 or so, and see if it wants to make a move. RTK, another one of these under 50-cent names. You see the volume that came into the name today. So keep your eye on that one if you like to play those. SPEX, not a favorite, but it is holding above some of the faster moving averages. Volume only 253,000 shares, so I'm just pointing that out. You know, maybe this one might get going. We'll see if it gets volume in the intraday session. TELL, this one needs to get over, you know, that 1090, $11 spot on the name, and we'll see if it can push up through 11 and give us a trade. TESO, nice pop today. 600,000 shares, nice continuation move. Can it break 5? Maybe 495 will be enough to get TESO, another oil and gas name, up through 5. So keep your eye on that. THC, they might be putting themselves up for sale. I think that's what the news was on this. So there was a big pop in it. And so we'll see if this has any type of continuation or setup. TRIL, nice pop today, over $5. And so we'll see. We'll have this one on intraday chart. UNFI, they had earnings after the bell, so a big pop. They beat on earnings. Big pop in the name, so we'll see how that sets up maybe tomorrow. VNCE, another name under $1, coming up over the 50 SMA. 2.6 million shares traded. We had a high today of 62 cents, so maybe 63 cents is enough to get that one going. ZSAN, nice pop, but foiled by the 50 SMA. Stopped right at the 50 SMA, and that number on the 50 SMA is 108. So it would have to clear that 108. 3.4 million shares in ZSAN. Didn't really do much in the after hours. You see the pop during the day up to about that 108, 110 area on ZSAN. So keep your eye on that one. All right, this has been Zozo Stock Watch, and this is your Stock Watch for Thursday, September 14th. Have a very nice evening. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the comments button, leave comments, retweet this. We're almost near 1,000 on the station, so let's go ahead and get up there. And thank you so much for the support, and see everybody around Twitter and StockTwits. My handle is @Zozo Stock Watch.